What's up, folks? Hope you're doing fine. Moin moin meine lieben Sportsfreunde. Today I want to show you a video where I'm explaining which GP players are the best on their main positions in a 4-2-1-3 meta formation. I had to select a formation where I can make general recommendations. I know some people are playing from the wings, some from the center, but this is the way to go for this selection, and this is also usable for different kind of formations. So in this 4-2-1-3 system, we are playing with two center backs, two fullbacks, right back, left back, one DMF, one CMF, one attacking midfield who can also provide to play as a second striker, then a left second striker, center forward in the center, and center forward on the right side. I promise you also to mention the bench players, so we will fill the bench with all of the players which are, in my opinion, the best ones, and also in this system. Okay, this, if you're asking me which team are you using when you have the chance to play only with GP players, it will be exactly this, with exactly these players on the bench. So it has to be a good ratio between offensive players and defensive players, and of course the play styles has to suit into that system. So my defenders in this situation on the bench would be Danilo from Juventus and Benjamin Pavard from Bayern Munich. On the DMF position, I would put in Tchouaméni. On the CMF position, I would put in Barella, also a fantastic CMF, fantastic box-to-box player in game. A player which shouldn't be missed in this lineup is Joshua Kimmich. He's insane. He can play so many positions. He's so versatile, and he can play really every position. You can put him as an AMF, you can put him as a right back, and he will do a fantastic job. My substitution player is, be ready guys, De Arrascaeta. For me, it's a secret tip. This was maybe my first dream team AMF player, and he didn't disappoint me. He's really great. He's got the double touch. He's got lots of other great skills. He is fast, has good dribbling, and a good finishing. On top, he is a super sub. You can't do nothing wrong with him. And there's also another whole player which I would recommend you because he can also play many positions. It's DePaul. Fantastic. Same as Arrascaeta, but he's not a super sub, okay? But he's really balanced. He's able to make everything, okay? He can pass, he can shoot, he can run, and he can do it on a proper level. So this is also a guy which I would really recommend to have on the bench. And we should also talk about Zachariah. He's really strong. A DMF, which is, yeah, reminding of Fabinho with his profile. He's also like a spider. And for me, he was really great to play on the pitch. Therefore, I can really highly recommend him. Zachariah, you should have him also on the bench as a DMF. For the forwards position, I can give you the advice to take with you Gabriel Jesus. Fast and really clinical. Great positioning. His offensive awareness is high. So he's also a goal poacher. To bring this guy from the bench can be a real game changer for you. The next one is also maybe a guy which you don't hear often enough, and it's Wissam Ben Yedder. This guy is making great double touches. He is nimble with the ball. He is clinical. He's also a super sub, which makes him really valuable for me, especially as a GP player, and this is why you should put him on your bench. As a center back on the bench, I can really recommend you to have Varane with you. He's got only standard form. The probability is there that he will have a bad form, but this guy is so fast, and I love fast and tall, strong defenders. This is a really rare combination also, and on top, he's got every defense skill with the fighting spirit, with blocker, with interception. So this guy should be also on your bench too. Last but not least, maybe some of you are waiting for him. Yes, Lionel Messi. In my opinion, he's lacking a little bit of speed, but beside that, he's bringing everything. He's got acceleration, he's got great dribblings, he's got great passing, he's got a great finishing. His curled shot is one of a kind, maybe the best in game. Of course, you should bring him into your team, especially because he can play different positions, like right wing forward, like second striker, like center forward, like AMF position. You can't do nothing wrong. He's a little bit expensive, but he's definitely worth his GP. With this formation, we are starting with Thibaut Courtois. He is a really tall goalkeeper. He's got a high reach and also an unwavering form, which will guarantee you that he will have most of the time an arrow up or at least a neutral arrow. And yeah, because of his reach, he is so strong against curled shots or long range shootings in general, and this makes him so strong also in extra delay or laggy games. For the center backs, I am using most of the time one destroyer and one build up. If you have two destroyers, your players, your defensive line will act too aggressive. If you have two build ups, they will act too passive and they will lack of aggression. And so to have a perfect balance, I am using these two play styles. And my center back will be Marquinhos. For me, he is the best build up in game, especially because he's so versatile. He can play as a center back, but also as a DMF and as a right back, and he can really play these positions. So if you put him there, he will make a really great job. He's really strong. He can defend. His defense abilities are high. His defense skills, he's got all of them. Interception, fighting spirit, blocker, he's got them all. He's also good with the ball. He's a build up. He will be able to make good passes, good build ups, like his name is saying, and you can do nothing wrong with him. On the other side, I am putting Koulibaly. He is a destroyer and he's sensational in my opinion. High defense abilities, extremely fast and really aggressive, and he brings also all defensive skills with interception, with fighting spirit, with blocker. He is really good to go. You won't lack aggression in your defense line with him. We are going for my right back, and this will be Di Lorenzo. Maybe you didn't hear him often enough. In my opinion, a really underestimated player. He is tall for a fullback, which is really rare. He's an offensive fullback, but he's got all of the defensive skills. He's got fighting spirit, interception, and he is fast. His defense abilities are high. Sensational player, which I can highly recommend to you. And almost the same goes for my left back. In this case, this will be Cesar Azpilicueta. And this guy is amazing because he can play on both wings, he can play as a center back, and he can do that all positions. Also, he's bringing also all of the important defense skills, and in my opinion, also a really underestimated player. But with this defensive line, with these four players, you will stay rock solid. So for the DMF position, I prefer a tall player. My man to go, nobody can beat him in this position, is Fabinho. He is like a spider. He is tall, agile. This is a great combination. He's an anchorman. Due to his abilities, he is able to defend, gain back possession, or also initiate in the offense the counter attacks or build ups, because he can defend really good. His defense abilities are really high, and his dribbling skills are also really good for DMF. He's got Marseille turn, he's got cut behind and turn. That makes him more dynamic in his play. He can make turnarounds, so he's really good in dribblings. He's got one touch pass and low lofted pass for the game control, for the passing, and interception plus fighting spirit for the defense. So all in all, an all-rounder. For me, this guy is an absolute must-have. Must-have? We are talking about must-have. You can't overcome the next player. This will be N'Golo Kante for the CMF position. Kante, in my opinion, the best CMF in game. The combination, his pace, of his defense skills, in combination with his dribbling skills, are making him unique. As the box-to-box player with these abilities, he is covering the whole pitch like he's doing also in real life. And this N'Golo Kante is insane. You will find him in the offense, you will find him in the defense. In one situation, he is gaining back in your own box the ball back. In the other situation, he's in front of the goal of the opponent and providing an assist. This guy is absolutely incredible. No other choice than him. Now we are coming to a more critical position. In my opinion, the most critical position in game, the AMF position. Finding an adequate attacking midfield who is also able to play as a second striker is really rare in eFootball, because it's important to be able to switch the position from AMF to second striker if you are not able to create chances, if you need a change in game. My recommendation for this position, and this is Antoine Griezmann. He is able to play as an AMF, but also as a second striker. He is a whole player, and what does this mean? It means he will look to make runs into the opponent's area when the team is attacking. On top, which makes him really great, is that he is a super sub. You can also put him on the bench and sub him in the second half, and he will even do better. And of course, he's got the most important skills like first time shot, like through passing for attacking midfield. In my opinion, one of the best AMFs, whole players in this game, which is suiting into this meta formation system. And now we are coming to the strikers, the most interesting part maybe for some of you. I always love the strikers the most. In this meta formation, my right center forward, yes, you hear correct, my right center forward recommendation for you is Heung-min Son. He's both footed, which makes him really unpredictable, has got the double touch on level 2, and additionally has the two most important skills for a striker: acrobatic finishing and first time shot. So in my opinion, viable with GP, Heung-min Son is one of the best strikers in game, and also a little underestimated because I don't see him often enough in the game. May I introduce you the probably best dribbler in game? It's Mednasah, equipped with a special player ID. Why? He can perform the double touch on level 3, for example, even that he's got not every necessary skill. So he's unique. And this double touch on level 3 in combination with Mednasah turn makes him so strong in dribbling. He's got also the gamesmanship card, which leads to lots of set pieces for you or penalties if you are familiar with good dribblings. As I said, this guy almost unstoppable when he's got the ball on his feet. The player skill, long range curler, makes his finishing more clinical and therewith his curl shots into a weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is not without a reason the most valuable player in game. Kylian Mbappé. If you have the GP, he is the number one. He is the number one player to go in a meta system, but also he's shooting into lots of other systems. This guy can play on the wings as a midfielder, as a winger, can play in the center as a center forward. Really insane. Nobody combines finishing, pace, and dribbling like him. Acrobatic finishing, first time shot, double touches. He brings it all. My most recommendation. And if people on stream are asking me, Mednasah, who is the best GP player for you? I will go for Kylian Mbappé. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I could bring you a little closer what kind of GP players are really worth it, what kind of GP players are really able to play in most of the formations. If you're going for these players, you are doing nothing wrong. Of course, there will be players where you are saying, Mednasah, why not this one? Why not this one? I try to make general recommendations for you. With these players, I made great experience, and this is why I am recommending them for you. Thanks for watching, guys. We are going on a big YouTube journey. I'm really looking forward with the upcoming topics, and I will also explain you stuff like how to defend really well, how to attack really well, how to go into dribblings, which playstyles are important for which positions, which formations are effective against other formations. So we have a big journey in front of us. I'm really looking forward to, and I am leaving you with a nice and smooth BAM, Junge!